What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we finally have episode 14 of the Vikings franchise rebuild. It seems like it's been a while. It's only been a week, but last week just got away from me, guys. It really did. It was a very busy week with, of course, the holiday and also quite a few things RFL related that I had to attend to, and that had to really get done before the end of the week. So I had to end up pushing off the franchise for a few days. I didn't get the episodes I wanted to out. I was hoping to have this episode for the Packers out on Wednesday, but as time would allow it, I just could not get it done. But we're back. I hope everybody had a great Christmas, and we got a big matchup. We take on the Packers today. We just came off of a really big win last week in our little reunion down in Atlanta with Kirk Cousins. As you can see right now, the Bears and Packers are tied at 4-1 apiece. We have already lost to the Bears. We have not played the Packers yet, and the Lions are sitting at 1-4. But that is why this game is so important today, because the Packers came into last week 4-0. The Bears were 4-1 after just beating us. And they're now on a tear. They only beat the Packers. They're 4-1. They're sitting at the top of the division. They have a bye this week. The Packers, also 4-1, are right there. If we can't win this game, we're going to fall to 3-3. The Packers are going to be 5-1. The Bears will be 4-1, which means we're going to be 2 games back from both of those guys. And we don't play again a division game until week 9. As you can see, that's the Packers again. But that one is going to be in Green Bay, which is going to even make it even more difficult to get that win. So today is the day that we need to get the win over Green Bay to keep up with the rest of the division. Before we get too far into the video, I did want us to take a break to just do a quick recap of what I've done for the team since the last video. I did end up caving, guys. I caved and I just paid Danielle Hunter. I realized there's no reason, especially after last week's performance, that I should be questioning whether or not this man deserves a contract, whether or not he's 28, 38, 48, or whatever. So I caved. I gave him the contract he wanted, the 3 years, 56-something million, and he ended up re-signing. He accepted the contract, so he is now under contract for us for the next 4 years, which I'm happy about. I'm really glad for that. We're probably going to go and look at the re-sign stage here shortly. But first, I did make a couple of slight moves on the roster that I wanted to let you guys know about. One of them was signing Randy Barrett, who I saw sitting in free agency, and I don't know if I missed him or what, but he was just sitting in free agency as an outside linebacker. 6'3", 253 pounds, 23 years old. I decided to go ahead and sign him and move him to the left end position. I love having me a bunch of defensive ends. We have, of course, Martin Jefferson, who just got the star role last week from his performance, or from the team's performance, I should say. We have DJ Wanham, who is up on a contract this year, I should add. And now we go ahead and add Randy Barrett, who might end up getting that 4th spot. Right now, we're holding 5 guys total at the end. As you can see here, we still have Patrick Jones, and then, of course, DJ Wanham, along with Martin Jefferson. But I need more pass rushers, guys. I want to be able to run more auto subs and really be able to not lose out on too much talent when guys are tired, and be able to have a good rotation like we see in real life, because Madden just doesn't do that on its own. You have to sort of go out and make it happen, which I want to try to do. But we were hurting a little bit at the defensive end position, so now hopefully with Randy Barrett in tow, we can do those type of rotations, keep guys fresh, and also see what these guys have that are behind guys like Hunter. And in order to sign Barrett to a contract, I decided to drop Joseph Peterson down to the practice squad. This was a guy that in our first draft I sort of reached for, and as you can see, he hasn't changed a bit. He's still a 65. I don't think he's had one increase. We'll see if he sticks around. We might end up getting a different linebacker at some point, but he just wasn't the guy that I ever relied on in the linebacker core to step in. If one of the guys gets hurt, of course we have AJ Alexander, and now we also have Chaz Surratt, who we have seen in the preseason the last 2 years can really make some plays if need be. So I'm much happier with Barrett on the team rather than Joseph Peterson. And that brings me to the final move that I made. I've had just about enough of Joey Slye trying things from the 45-yard line. I can't stand it anymore. And somebody pointed out to me that maybe it's because he has 99 kick power. And with that kick power, it's causing him to take these massive amounts of field goals. I found David Wallace just sitting on a practice squad, a 71 overall kicker. So I took him, and I cut Joey Sly. So he is now in free agency. I don't know if it's going to fix things. No clue. But we do end up getting a tad bit better accuracy with Wallace as opposed to Joey Sly. And his kick power is still really good. It's just not a 99. So I'm hoping that will help, bring down some of those crazy field goals that we're seeing right now. Coming back to the players re-sign screen after looking at the team quick. And I don't know if I want to offer any contracts right now. I really don't. I'm worried about Michael Pierce. Not in the fact that, he's not going to be good after this year. It's just I wonder how much his contract is going to change once he does take that little bit of regression. Because right now he's asking for $11.5 million for one season, which for a 90 overall isn't bad. But we have a lot of guys to re-sign this year. Let's take a look here and see how many of these guys we plan on probably keeping. I would like to keep McGovern. I think we're going to keep Metellus. Oli Udo, I believe, will be re-signed. I'm not sure about Wanham. I like DJ Wanham. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think we would keep Wanham, try to re-sign him, and then let Patrick Jones go and keep Barrett if Barrett plays well. KJ Osborne has been great for us, so I would really like to keep him. Artie Burns is definitely replaceable. He hasn't really added much to our secondary. He hasn't really given up much either, but we'll see what happens there in the offseason. I won't be trying to re-sign him before we get there. Jake Pizzo, I don't know if he's going to get re-signed. He hasn't really seen the field. He made a couple of nice plays in the preseason, but a lot of people get to do that. Randy Barrett, of course, if he plays well over the next, however many games we have left, he might earn himself another contract. Ken Walden is the future of our fullback position. I love me some CJ Ham, but Walden is 22. He's a 74 overall. He's going to be better than CJ Ham after this year, because I know CJ Ham is going to get hit. He's probably going to be a 69, maybe a 70. But Walden is going to be the future there, so we will be re-signing him. And you can see here that he's actually up for contract this year. So it's going to be a very interesting one where we might actually have to finally say goodbye to CJ Ham, which it does pain me. It pains me because this is one of my favorite Vikings. Cam Dantzler has to get re-signed. He might make some boneheaded plays in real life, like against the Lions, Dantzler. But in this series, he's one of our best secondary players right now, and he has been playing really good. He's got that big upgrade on the man coverage. We're trying to get that zone coverage caught up a little bit, but he's only 24, 81 overall. We need him back. Him and Hughes work well together. If we could get McElroy up a little bit, we could have a very solid core, and I do not want to mess that up. Anthony Barr, I think this is his last season with us, guys. I really do. He's a 75. He's 31. He's going to get hit again. That I guarantee you he's losing that X Factor ability. I say he's going to be a 71 at best, 72 after this season. And I feel like we have the linebackers now where we can move a guy over. Like, I think AJ Alexander might be a good option there. And that brings me to Eric Kendricks. Kendricks is so good. He is. But how long is he going to be good? That is my only concern. And when is he going to get that big drop-off? Right? Because every player, they'll go for a year or two where they get minor drop-offs for the regression, and then they just get smacked in the face, and they'll lose like 40 points. If this guy loses 40 points, I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be on speed and some other very important attributes when it comes to athleticism. Now that his speed's down to 83, if it goes down below 80, there's no way I can field him. I just can't. I don't play that kind of defense. I can't have slow linebackers. This is going to be a really tough offseason. I think we're going to have a lot of changes take place on this defense, and this might be our last year with some of these core guys. Tomlinson will probably end up getting a contract offer. Actually, I think we should just offer it to him now. Yeah, he's 31, but we know linemen don't regress that quickly. Yeah, let's offer him the 1-year contract. There we go. So that's over and done with. Laken Tomlinson has been very good for us on the line. I think he's helped out tremendously. I'm okay with giving him 6 years over for 1 more year. Even if he drops down to a 78, 79 after the season. Okay, so we have some tough decisions to make in this offseason. I'm not sure where we're going to go yet, but I can't keep giving out money to all these older guys when we're going to have guys like Cam Dantzler and some of the other guys that are coming up on contracts asking for a lot of money. Now that all that stuff is over with, let's go ahead and take a look at the Packers roster and sort of see what they've been doing all season long. And as I said in the past, Jordan Love is the guy here now. Aaron Rodgers hung it up last year. Love has taken over. And despite his low overall, this team has played really good so far. They're 4-1. I believe a lot of that has to do with Aaron Jones and the rest of the team carrying Jordan Love, but that's what you need your team to do with a young quarterback. That's exactly what we're asking our guys to do. Looking at his stats here for this season, not off to a bad start. 99.7 rating, 1,380 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 6 picks. Aaron Jones is doing his thing again, 361 yards, 5 yards as an average, 3 touchdowns so far through 5 games. He seems to be on pace to pretty much do what he's been doing the last few years. Double-digit touchdowns, 1,100, 1,200 yards rushing, about 4.5 to 5 yards an average for carries. He's been their workhorse so far this year. The guy I traded to this team because he was getting sort of shafted in Indianapolis after some of the signings they did is Michael Pittman Jr. And he is now basically their number one. 370 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns on 28 catches. He's really stepped into a role here for Green Bay in his first year. And you can see, look at that, the year before, not a single catch in Indy. I stand corrected. N'Keal Harry is actually the leading receiver for the Packers. 31 catches, 399 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sort of a career resurrection, if you will, after the horrible time in New England that we have seen. He's already tied his last year's stats pretty much, and now we're only 5 games into the season. Justin Stewart has been the main target for Jordan Love when they get close to the end zone. 24 catches, 249 yards, not the most there, but 5 touchdowns. He has the same amount of touchdowns as N'Keal Harry and Michael Pittman Jr. combined with 5. Almost half of Love's touchdowns on the season. And you can see here as well, he's already beat his touchdown record from last year, and if the things keep going the way he's going, he's definitely going to beat that yardage record that he put for himself last year. The Packers' offensive line is still rather good. They have David Bakhtiari, Elgton. My gosh, guys, I don't know how this name is so hard for me to say. For some reason, I thought it was Elton the whole time. Wow, anyway, a very good left guard at 89 overall. Josh Myers, a younger center, 76. Could definitely do better there with Andrew Wiley. And wow, same with Terrence Steele. So Danielle Hunter might have himself a day today against this guy. We'll see. Draymond Jones is here. They got him out of free agency. It was a guy that we were actually trying to go after to move inside to be sort of like our hybrid 3 technique guy. He chooses the Packers. They end up bringing in Grady Jarrett, of all people, from the Falcons. And of course, they still have Kenny Clark. So this D-line is very, very good. And it's going to be a very tough test for not only pass protection, but also establishing the run game. Because I'm pretty sure Kenny Clark still has run stuff. Yep, he's got inside stuff. So that's awesome. And I did inside run for this week. So that's really gonna be interesting to see. The linebacker core is very different. Rashawn Gary is the only one still left from when we started the series. They've brought in Lamar Hunter, who is currently a backup. Emmanuel Baggs, the rookie linebacker, is the starter along with Jalen Smith. And then I lied. Preston Smith is still here as well. He was also here in the first season. I don't know if he was maybe starting or something. I can't remember, but he is here along with Ethan Merritt, who, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have starting in the depth chart. Pretty sure I do. Because why wouldn't you play Ethan Merritt instead of Preston Smith? Like, not that Preston Smith is bad, but it's apparent Ethan Merritt is the future. I mean, look at that. 78 overall, 1 year pro. Oh, I think I know why. Yeah, that's why I don't have him there. He doesn't even fit the scheme right now. So, never mind. I'm a liar. Jair Alexander is going to be tough for us to get past. We have seen that Hopkins does not care who the corners are. He will chuck it up deep to Adam Thielen anytime he can. Alexander is not the guy to do that against. We've had lesser corners make us pay for doing that. Eric Stokes, of course, and Levi Wallace, along with Trey Herndon, fill out the rest of them. They actually have a pretty solid depth there, but Jair Alexander is just on a whole different level. I really hope that Hopkins sees that and tries to go, to Jefferson on the other side instead, because this could get bad for us if we try to test Alexander too much. Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos, same safeties that we saw in the first season. So not a whole lot of change here on the defense for the Packers, I guess. I was a liar. The ends are new. The middle linebackers are new. But a lot of the cornerback and secondary is the same. The linebackers still have the same rushers. So it's going to be a pretty familiar matchup for us. We have two things to quickly mention about our team here before we get into the game. The first one being is, as you guys know, I've had some battles with the custom playbook I was trying to run, and I have given up. I have just put it to bed. I deleted so many pass plays, and it didn't work. Nothing's stopping the pass from just being a 3-to-1 ratio pretty much in game planning and play calling, I mean. So I just went back to the Miami book, the one we ran last year with Kirk Cousins a couple of times, the one I ran last week against the Falcons, and I think that's where we're going to stay for now. It's been a pretty balanced book for us. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the schemes, like if the book doesn't know how to read it as a certain scheme. So when you play, and I guess I should mention this too, if you're not familiar with playing the game like this, your scheme being off, even if you're in a good book with good play calling and good players, can make your whole team play like absolute garbage. And there's no stopping it. So I feel that maybe the game doesn't know how to read what my playbook is and doesn't know how to set it for a scheme, or maybe I have chosen the wrong scheme for it. I mean, I don't know. I picked the plays that I thought were going to work. I put them in the positions that I wanted them to. To me, it seems more like a West Coast zone run, but the game might be reading it as a vertical or even a power run. So I just think that there's not a lot there that I could really fix. And also going back to the pro playbook, the regular NFL book allows me more freedom in the formation subs, which is a big thing for me. I love being able to go in and choose where guys are on the field at all times. I couldn't do that because the game is only going to show you the book that you're running that you have set for yourself in team schemes. It does not look at the custom books, so I couldn't set any of that stuff. So we're going to stick with the Miami book. It got us a 100-yard rusher last week, which was amazing to see finally. Hopefully he can do it again this week, because Alexander Mattison has himself a breakout this week. After I stopped recording, I looked at some of the stuff that was on the screen. I told you guys I'd let you know if anything here was important, and the breakout scenario was for Alexander Mattison. But it's going to be difficult. 150 yards or 3 touchdowns is needed for him to move to superstar. I would love if we can get that done, but I don't know if we can do that with the game. The game, those are all geared towards playing the game, which I get it. I completely understand. I'm not even complaining about that. But because I don't play the game and I just watch it, I highly doubt we're going to be able to get that, but we are going to try. We got the Miami book. I did the inside zone run this week, sort of like last week. I'm hoping that we don't get killed on the line because of what we just looked at with the Packers D-line. But it's going to be a tough game. With that being said, that is all of the updates I have, all the stuff that I want to ramble on about. Let's go ahead and let's get into this game. And hopefully, let's go see some good stuff, because we really need to win this one. And it's game time here. We are back in Minnesota. We get to start things off on offense. And we got the Packers this week. Biggest rivalry in our division, in the league for us. And like I said before this game, guys, we really need this one. Let's hope we bring our A game today. First play action to Madison. Hopkins looking, going deep down the left side. He's got Adam Thielen down across midfield to the 45. Looks like a crossing route there. And a 30-yard catch to start things off. Here we go on first down now at the 45. Handoff. Madison trying to get outside, breaks a tackle, and he'll get himself about 4 or 5 yards. Give him 6. Madison is a guy we really want to lean on today. We want him to get to that superstar dev. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's worth giving it a shot. Well, now with Hopkins passing it this much, throws it off to Madison, and he'll get close to the first down, but I think he's going to be short. No, they give it to us. There we go. Gain of 4 and a first down. Both receivers split to the right. Jefferson working in the slot. And it's a handoff to Madison, who gets uplifted by Emmanuel Baggs over the middle. Gain of 2 on the play. And in comes Antoine Glover. Handoff to Glover. And he runs right into Grady Jarrett, the former Falcon. And that goes for nothing. And now 3rd and 8. And as fast as this drive started, it looks like it could end. Back to pass again. Hopkins got to throw it here. And he does towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Jefferson. And now we get our first look at the new kicker. And the first thing he's going to do is try a 55-yarder. Hey, he made it. David Wallace makes the 55-yarder. First look at Jordan Love now for the Packers. He's had an up-and-down season, but the team itself has been playing really good. 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 1,380 yards. You can almost call this his rookie season because it's the first time he's starting. And he's had a pretty comparable season when it comes to his comparison to Taylor Hopkins. What can he do on this opening drive? 1st and 10. Back to pass it. Flag down, and in comes Michael Pierce. No, Dalvin Tomlinson for the sack. What's the flag? It's going to be holding. We're going to decline it, and we're going to take the sack. Great opening play for our defensive line. And Love is back to pass again, and he gets rid of it this time to N'Keal Harry on the sideline. Gain of about 2 yards. And now, just like that, it's 3rd and 18. Back to pass. Love, he's going deep down the left side, and there is thrown up in the air and almost picked off. He was looking for Alan Lazard, who was working against Artie Burns, and it was just a 50-50 jump ball. Our defense does the job, and we are going to get the ball back here after putting them on 3 and out. What the heck? That wasn't a fumble. He didn't fumble it. He was down. Thank you. And here we go now. How did we switch field position? What in the world? This game is so broken, guys. Did you just see that? We just flipped sides of the field because of a challenge. I didn't show the challenge, but they said that Nwangu fumbled on the punt return when he didn't. And when I skipped it, it switched sides of the field. So now we're going to the same way that the Packers were the last drive. Like, this is easy stuff, Madden. This is not difficult stuff. Program your game. My God. Anyway, 2nd and 11. Hopkins to throw it again. And he's going to let it go off the right side, and it's caught by Alexander Madison, it looks like. Out to the 44, gain of about 4. 3rd and 7. We got to stop getting in these 3rd and longs here. It just makes things difficult. Hopkins to throw it again. Dude, you got to throw the ball. Finally. Gets Madison again, and he's not going to get the first down. Rashawn Gary there to stop him short of the first. Now, after our own 3 and out, the Packers get another shot at it here from their own 20. Single back set, 3 tight ends, and they're going to hand it off to Jones, who tries to cut up the middle for some reason, and he's going to lose himself a yard. Michael Pierce was there to stop him from getting any farther. We've really brought it to the Packers so far today. A delayed handoff to Jones, who tries to sneak out of the backfield, but Martin Jefferson there to bring him down. Another loss, and it's now 3rd and 13. Back to pass, 3rd and long. Love looking. He's got time, and he's going deep down the right side. Can he get him? No, he cannot. Cam Dantzler making the play, knocking the ball out of N'Keal Harry's hands, and we get ourselves another 3 and out. From the 46, back to pass it. Lets it go quickly to Irv Smith, who turns up field, and he's finally dragged down at the 33-yard line. We are in field goal range already. I'd love to see us run the ball. I don't know why we're not running it. We were running it very well last week, and this week we just abandoned it, even though I'm running the same book with the same scheme and the same training. And another pass to Irv Smith, who turns it upfield, getting cut down by Alexander down to the 21. I mean, the pass is working, don't get me wrong. I like running the ball. 1st down. Hand off to Madison, up the middle, stiff arm to Emmanuel Baggs, putting a shoulder into Darnell Savage, and finally brought down at the 13-yard line after a nice gain of 8 yards. Puts us in a really nice 2nd and 2. Hopkins back to pass it. Under pressure, and he goes down. It's Draymond Jones coming off the edge, getting the sack, and that's going to push us all the way back to the 22 and make it 3rd and 11. Great way to sort of slow down our momentum. Are we going to have to settle for another field goal? It feels like we were on our way for a touchdown until that sack. To pass it again, pressure incoming. He gets rid of it to the end zone, and it is caught by Justin Jefferson for the touchdown. And there it is, working against Eric Stokes. And you're going to have a tough matchup against that guy. Touchdown, Minnesota. Look at the beautiful pass, and look at Jefferson just go up and get it. One-handed at that. Out comes the Packers again. They've had a very, very rough start to this game. We've had a very, very good start to this game. Can we keep it up? Love to pass. He gets rid of it quickly to the right side to N'Keal Harry, who turns up field out across the 30 to the 35. Brought down just shy of the 1st down marker. The 2nd and inches. I would expect him to go to Jones here on the ground. No, it's a play action. Love looking, and he finally gets rid of it to, I don't even know who that is, but he's wide open. All the way down to the 39. Who was that? 83. The fullback, Beck. We just got burned by a fullback for like 20 yards. Wow. I don't know what. Oh, Cameron Bynum gets picked off by N'Keal Harry. I mean, obviously it wasn't intended, but it was just a great series of events for Green Bay. N'Keal Harry sort of picks off Bynum, and now Jones up the middle on 1st down. He tries to push the pile, but unable to do so. Gets the 3 yards he's lost so far throughout the day back, but that's it. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 7. We got ourselves shotgun formation. Love to pass it. Gets rid of it quickly to the right side. I mean the left side. And it's Michael Pittman open, making the catch down to the 24-yard line. His first grab of the day. Packers starting to get a little bit of a groove going here. Love to pass again. Firing quickly again, and he's got N'Keal Harry again, down inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. And just like that, the Packers now knocking on the door. And this is the kind of game we expect when we play the Packers. Goal line formation. Jones in the backfield. I formation, of course. You know it's going to be a run. Can we stop it? Pitch to the right. Jones is met immediately by Eric Kendricks. And a loss of 2 on the play, 3. And that play was made by Harrison Smith. Smith comes flying out around the edge and cuts off the lead blocker in Beck, which allows Kendricks to close the gap along with A.J. Alexander to make the play in the backfield, because then at that point it's a 2-on-1 for the blocker, number 43. Great job by the defense. 2nd and goal now, coming towards the end of the first quarter here. Shotgun formation. Love to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Lets it go to the back of the end zone. It's caught, but there's a flag, and I think Michael Pittman stepped out. If not, it's going to be a touchdown, but I think he stepped out before corralling that pass. And he did. Very unfortunate, but that's sort of the thing we have to deal with in Madden. They don't know how to properly code these guys to not run out of bounds like they do in the real life. So now because of that, it's 3rd and goal from the 5. This should be the last play of the game, or the quarter. Love to pass it again. And he's going to run into Danielle Hunter. And I said it before the game. Hunter could have himself a great game against that right tackle, and he starts it off here. We do end up holding him to a field goal, luckily. And they make it. 10-3 here in the beginning of the 2nd quarter. And out we come again. Taylor Hopkins, so far having himself a pretty good day. Just coming off that long drive where we got the touchdown to Justin Jefferson. I really want us to establish the ground game more. The passing has worked so far, but now is the time to start running it. We're up 10-3. We've established the presence through the air. Give it to Madison. And that's what we do. Madison off the left side, and he's out to the 32. A nice pickup of 7 yards. Second and 3. Shotgun. Madison in the backfield is going to take the handoff to the right side, and he's met immediately by Jalen Smith. And it's going to be a gain of nothing. Stopped at the line. 3rd down. Pistol formation. And we're going to go another handoff to Madison, who powers his way forward for the 1st down. He was met by 2 defenders, Grady Jarrett being one of them, and Draymond Jones, but still pushes forward using his strength to get us the 1st down. Great job. Two receivers split right, handoff to Madison. Madison tries to cut it to the left side, but he cannot, and is brought down in the backfield. And now Preston Smith is hurt. And the guy that I said that I was going to replace him with that I lied about, Ethan Merritt, he's going to play anyway. Oh, and he's going to the locker room. Oh, that's unfortunate. We will have to do a quick update on that after the game. 2nd and 9. It was a gain of 1. Okay. Hopkins to pass it this time. Lets it go quickly to the right side, and he's got KJ Osborne across midfield down to the 46-yard line, and that's going to give us a fresh set of downs. Great play call there. I love KJ Osborne, guys. Man, do I love him. He has been playing so well for us. I'd love to see us go back to the ground game here. That is what we do. Hand off to Madison, who's shoving down. Who was that? Adrian Amos? I don't know what it was. It wasn't for many yards, but it looked cool. Hopkins to pass it. Got to get rid of it quickly here. Pressure coming in, and he gets rid of it to you-know-who, KJ Osborne. Again, this time down to the 25. Hopkins, 9 of 10, 135 yards, and a touchdown so far in this first half. Justin Jefferson's excited. The crowd's excited. Hunter's getting up there too. Let's keep this momentum going here, guys. And just like the N'Keal Harry play there, a crosser that sort of picks off Rashawn Gary from following Osborne. Again, not intentional, but just how the game went. It worked for the Packers last drive. It works for us this drive. And now we're looking at 1st and 10. Ham in motion, offset I formation, handoff to Madison off the right side. Madison cuts it up the middle, and he's going to drive the pile forward for a gain of about 6 yards. Love the play call there. 2nd and 4. Another offset I. And another handoff to Madison, who runs right into traffic. And he's brought down at the 20. End up losing a yard on the play. 3rd and 5. Shotgun. Hopkins to throw it. Gets rid of it quickly over the middle. Adam Thielen working against Alexander. Makes the catch down to the 8-yard line. And we got ourselves another 1st down. We are on a roll so far today. Ooh, we got a pistol formation. Handoff to Madison right up the middle. Trying to push forward. Only gets about 2. 12 carries, 37 yards. Not the greatest average, but at least we're giving him the ball. Hopkins to throw it again. Got to get rid of it here, and he will not. Sacked by Grady Jarrett. Way back at the 13-yard line. Great play for the Packers defense. Last time this happened, we ended up throwing a touchdown to Justin Jefferson off of a sack. Can we do it again? 3rd and goal from the 13. Hopkins looking. And no, this time they're going to get the sack again from Kenny Clark, and we're going to have to settle for a field goal. I said that this D-line was going to be a problem, and they're showing it right now. David Wallace coming in for his second try. The last time we saw him, he made that nice 55-yarder. Better not miss this one. And he doesn't. We go back up by 10, 13-3. 1st and 10, and now out at the 41. Did the Packers try to score here? I think they will. They have 2 timeouts of their own. Trying to set up the screen, and it's unable to get set up thanks to Dalvin Tomlinson sort of messing up Aaron Jones' route there. 1:20 to go. Love back to pass it again. Pressure incoming. He gets rid of it deep down the right side, and it's caught by N'Keal Harry. He outruns the defense for the touchdown, and Green Bay finally strikes back. And now the lead is down to 3. And now we switched sides of the field again, so that's makes it 5 or 6 switches today. 1st and 10, handoff to Jones. Jones has a nice hole, breaking free from McElroy and brought down at the 40. Gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Jones in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him again, and up the middle again he goes for a nice run down inside the 35 to the 33. Gain of about, I'd say 10 maybe? I don't know. But now we're giving up the only thing we were holding on to, the run game. Another handoff, another hole, and he's down at the 25. And he's already closing in on how many yards Alexander Mattison had. I love how consistent this game is. 2nd and 2. It's play action, and Martin Jefferson there for the sack. Martin Jefferson is finally showing out a little bit. 3rd and 6, though. Can we get out of here? We need to play on this 3rd down. Love looking. Love under pressure almost, but gets rid of it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Cam Dantzler there to make the play, and we're going to force a field goal. At least we hold him to 3. Definitely not getting the 150 we were looking for. Hopkins to pass it, lets it go, and it's intercepted. He threw it right to Emmanuel Bagg, the rookie linebacker, who takes it down to the 24-yard line. You just gave it to them. Emmanuel Baggs was sitting there on the route waiting for it. Look at this. Just a bad play, a bad throw. He was double covered. I don't know why they were double covering our tight end and not Justin Jefferson, but they were. Why throw that? Green Bay has it in excellent field position. They're going to hand it off to Aaron Jones. Jones is met at the 21 by Eric Kendricks. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. They have 2 tight ends. One of them in motion to the right side, I formation. Handoff to Jones again off the right side. Makes a little move on Anthony Barr. Spins off of 1 tackle down to the 12. And now he's got 50 yards on 21 carries. This guy just had 11 carries for -9 yards, and in the last 9 or 10 carries has churned out for 70 yards. That is some consistency right there. 1st and 10 now from the 12. Packers' best field position of the day so far, I believe. Handoff. Stiff arms Dalvin Tomlinson down to the 7-yard line. They're spreading us out a little bit here. Shotgun formation. We're in a double A gap look on defense. Looking to throw the ball, and Danielle Hunter gets the sack for another one. Third and 13. I formation. It looks like they're going to run it to try to keep the field position. They do. Hand it off to Jones, who's tripped up by Tomlinson at the 11. And we'll hold him to a field goal attempt. Very defensive game so far today. A lot of sacks on both sides. The Packers get a free 3 points off of the interception from Taylor Hopkins. And now we find ourselves trailing for the first time today here in the fourth quarter. 51-yard attempt now for the new guy, David Wallace. He hit from 55 before. Can he hit this one? You've got to be... Oh, he did! It went in between and hit the back end. Or maybe it just got stopped by an invisible force field. But either way, it's a field goal. 1st and 10 now, 2:38 to go. Tied ball game at 16 apiece. Love to pass it. Gets rid of it quickly to N'Keal Harry, who's been killing us this game, and he gets himself a first down to the 34. What was his eighth? Yeah, 8 catches, 120 yards for N'Keal Harry. And there's the 2-minute warning. Packers looking to drive. They're at the 34-yard line. They have all 3, so do we. Love fakes the handoff to Jones, and he's looking. He's got all the time in the world. Finally throws it, and it's a comeback route for Pittman, who breaks free, and he turns it upfield to the 41. Down to the 41. Already in our territory. Great. 1st and 10 now from our 41. I formation, it's a handoff to Jones, and Jones is left wide open over the middle. And just like that, now they have more rushing yards than us. I mean, that's what's going to happen with a back like Aaron Jones. He's way too good. If we give creases, he's going to find the yards. That time, Martin Jefferson's able to stay home and keep the run in check. 2nd and 11 in field goal range. They're going to try to run this thing down on us and just take the last second field goal. And there it is. Final seconds. A chip shot field goal for the win. And Green Bay comes into our territory and just steals one away from us. Man, that was a really tough game, guys. That was a rough one to watch there. It looked like things were going really good for us. And then, I don't know what happened. Something just switched in the second quarter, and everything just started falling apart for us. We couldn't move the ball through the air. We stopped being able to even find yards on the ground. And then we just started getting gouged on defense in the run game when we were stopping it all game long. Yeah, just a really tough way to end that game. We end up walking away with with another loss. We're back to 3-3, and we're gonna be on an uphill battle now. Yeah, but hey, it happens. We got a rookie quarterback. We have a younger team. We are still in that rebuild mode. This is something that I sort of expected to happen. It would be nice to think that we could go and just rattle off a division championship in our 3rd season after, ousting our star running back, getting rid of our starting quarterback, making changes. But, this is the reality of a team that is in rebuild mode. We're going to have these kind of ups and downs. I think we showed some really good stuff today. Martin Jefferson stepped up really big, I think, on defense. That was the first time I really saw him stand out in a game. KJ Osborne had a pretty good game, I thought. Madison had a good game for what was given to him. We just weren't giving him holes. And, that's the way this game is going to end. I don't think there's really much reason to, stick around too much. The video's already probably been long enough after that whole monologue in the beginning that I had, but I'm not sure which game we're going to play next. I don't know if I want to play the Packers again the very next video, so we'll probably end up playing either the Broncos or the Panthers. We'll see what happens in the next week or two during advance and see where the rest of the league lies. Or who knows, maybe we go all the way back to week 10 or something. I don't know. We still got a lot of games left in this season, guys. So, but you know what? We go away with the loss. We're 3-3. Another game where our defense is holding its own, but our offense just cannot keep things going, and eventually the defense folds. And I think that's sort of what happened in this one. It looked sort of weird. It looked sort of glitchy, but I think that's sort of what the game was telling us. Our offense started to fail, and the defense couldn't hold anymore. And that's going to happen. And obviously, we didn't get the breakout. Okay, guys, I am so confused. How did we get that? We didn't rush for 3 touchdowns. We didn't even rush for 1. And we dang sure didn't get 150 rushing yards. I wonder if he actually got it. Okay, so he did get it. I thought maybe it was just a glitch, and once I simmed to the next week that he would just go away. But he has Superstar Dev. I'm really torn on here on what to do. I'm really torn. Part of me thinks I should take that Superstar Dev away from him. I mean, not that I don't want him to have that, but that just feels like a cheap way to get it. That's really strange. Obviously, I can't take away the XP points. He's going to have an upgrade from it, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Hopefully somebody will leave me a comment on this and let me know what you guys think. I'm torn. I feel like I should just take I feel like I should take that away. I don't think that was earned. But now Madison is a superstar running back after a performance that wasn't very good. Granted, it wasn't really his fault, but nonetheless, he didn't perform. So these are the kind of things that just drive us Madden fans crazy. We try to stick up for this game when we can. We try. But then we have these kind of things. Like how does the game not recognize that? Or even in our game, this Packer game, how does the game just completely switch and the players are playing completely differently? Taylor Hopkins in the first quarter, throwing the ball very well, very quickly, throwing the ball away when he needed to, and then all of a sudden just stops throwing the ball away, just randomly, starts just dancing around in the pocket, taking 20 years to throw the ball. Well, we've already established a lead, and now it looks like he's trying to throw the ball like we're playing from behind. Flip-flopping the side of the field, like every other drive. These are things that make us crazy. And then this. I mean, yeah, it's cool that I got an extra superstar ability, but how does the game not recognize that that's not supposed to happen? I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me, like how the simplest of things is what Madden has an issue with. They can spend millions of dollars to make a system that can change how the games play, right? They can make this system to where, depending on the type of game, it'll play differently. Things will feel differently. But you can't get the simplest of things right like this? And you wonder why so many people are just fed up. That's crazy. I can't believe that. Man, well, I mean, I guess we'll end the video there. I don't really know what else to say. I'm still a little caught off guard by all that. And like I said, let me know what you guys think of that last scenario. That's just crazy. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in a couple of days here with a league update video. And if you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing and turn on the bell notification so you know when I upload. And drop me a like, leave me a comment. I love reading them all. And I'll see you guys next time.